Welcome back to Good Moms Bad Choices.
I'm Erica.
And I'm Milah.
And my titties are out, y'all.
Join YouTube to see Erica's fine ass titties live and bouncing.
This dress is from Fashion Nova. Oh, let me hold on 1 second because people on YouTube, they've all asked for this. Ready?
Erica is wearing a firm-fitted, button-down, royal blue, tightly fitted Fashion Nova dress, collared. It says, "I'm here for business, but I like to get sexy." She didn't trip. It ends right above the ankle, so you could be.
You can also open it up and
show a little slutney. Yeah. This is the perfect dress if you want to go to church, go to the club, or look sexy professional.
You're welcome. What are you wearing, my love?
Okay, I took off my shoes, but are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Jamila is wearing a beautiful African print baby doll dress. It's giving, I'm black, I'm sexy, and I'm cute as fuck.
Thank you.
Hi, guys. Welcome to Wednesdays. Happy Hump Day.
Happy motherfucking Hump Day. Wow, it feels really good to be here.
I know. It's been a minute. We haven't sat down in a minute. We've been out and about on the go in Costa Rica, leading retreats, leading the women to their most authentic selves.
And it feels really good. I know this is like this will be our fourth time doing this, and I'm really feeling cemented in my retreat healerness.
Me too. This was it was just a different experience, but it just reminded me how important these spaces are and how important it is for women to come together. Like, I'm always reminded when we do these retreats how we don't take time for ourselves, how we literally make every excuse. And also it makes me have a lot more compassion for women, because in the past I'd be like, I don't like that bitch. She got a fucked up attitude. And it's like, well, why does she have a fucked up attitude? Right. Why is she so motherfucking needy? Why does she need to be taken care of? And like, when I'm out there and I have to take care of these women, I really have to like humble myself, make sure that like I'm not judging them, you know, and it's a learning experience for me. And I think that these retreats were really, really special. Each group was different. I feel like our first group was a little more turned up. Our second group was a lot more like chill, a little more independent. But yeah, it was just amazing.
We always have like a really epic like group of women, and it's true. Like it really is a lesson, and you really don't know people until you know them, and like judging people is not beneficial. We have like 25 women from all over the country, all different walks of life. Some are moms, some are not, some are black, some are white. You know, everybody is just like different, and like when you come to the jungle for this experience, it's not like, oh, hi, what do you do? You know, it's just like you're really getting to know people at their core and for who they are. And like people are really showing up as themselves. And like for Erica and I realized it's just I'm so grateful that we've expanded our brand in this way, just because like every time we get to do it, we get to like address something fucked up in us too. Mm-hmm. You know, like I get the opportunity to heal something, to address something, to be more aware of something. And like a lot of times it's because I see like my sister going through some shit and I'm like, damn, I went through that and I feel that. And like, damn, I didn't address that. So it's just bomb. Like we have like previous guests from the show come. We have like listeners of the show come. We have people who never fucking listen to our podcast ever come. It's a very like cool collective of women that show up. And like I always say, it's always like very like divinely appointed. Like everybody who's supposed to be there is always the correct mix of people with the right intentions. Like the first group was a little bit more turned up. We did a lot of skinny dipping, a lot of like shit at the pool, fun skinny dipping pool parties. And like the second group, we went out and partied. But like each group is super special, you know. Shout out to Sosha and Yares and Emily, my witchy bitch. Shout out to Jessica.
Stasha, my Scorpio sis. Yes, like, it's so true. Like, who's meant to come. And I think it is, like, a safe space for everyone. Like, like Yara's, she's a former guest of the show, what was the name of her episode? I can't believe, like, my therapist, something about my therapist. She came literally, she booked her ticket, I think the day before the retreat started.
It might have started that day.
Yeah, she missed the first day. Yeah. And yeah, it's just so special. And it's so true that, like, I don't even know what half these bitches do for work.
No.
And, like, in any other space, like, when you're out meeting people, that's kind of how you label people. That's how you, like, decide what box to put people in. Like, what do you do? I have no idea what these hoes do.
I know
they could be CEOs, they could be strippers. I have no clue.
It doesn't matter, really.
It doesn't. And
I only know what one person does, and that's because I thought it was really cute, because I know what Jessica does, because she was working on making $1 million this year in her business. But that's because her sweet ass roommate Alyssa was like upping her, like, no girl, she's not doing anything small. They did this and they did that. And I was like, first of all, did you guys come together? No, you didn't. And like that they knew each other, and that she was like, no, bitch, she's doing big things. And I was like, yeah, you are doing big things, but like I would have never known that had she not told me. It's just like the most beautiful collective of friendship and sisterhood, and like, yeah, checking yourself. You know, there's always things that, like, we're human, you know? So like, I always laugh at us, because when we go into these spaces, like here, we're really ratchet. But then when we go to Costa Rica, and we like put on our retreat healing clothes, and then we start talking in these soft voices. I'm like, who the fuck are we? But we do. We get like really transformative. We're like, okay, everybody, welcome to the Good Vibe Retreat. Welcome to the Connect Workshop. Take a deep breath. I'm like, who the fuck are we? And I'm always wondering, like, who didn't listen to the podcast? I'm like, good. It's probably best you listen after you leave. But it is. It's just like, it's a very beautiful mixing of people. And, you know, like, even if you're not a mom, come. Even if you're not a Black, come. I know Emily was like, I didn't see nowhere on the retreat that it said Black women only, so I signed up. I said, I know the fuck that's right, Emily. And I'm like, I'm so happy you're not, like, you know, like, intimidated or feel away, or like, you know what I mean? I really, it is a space for literally everyone to feel welcomed and loved and nurtured and taken care of. And I know I'm a Cancer, so this is my calling. I'm like, finally, meeting people and nurturing bitches is my calling. I knew it. But yeah, like, it just require that we check ourselves and be patient and just really connect with people. And, you know, we talk so fucking often on the mic, and like, it seems sometimes to an empty room. You know, we're talking to each other and we know people are listening, but it really is special to get to connect with the women that we talk to, and like see them and feel them and touch them and like hug and play. So it's just been really, this has been an epic birthing between us, and like one that we didn't even really see coming. No,
for sure. No, I definitely didn't. I thought we were going to do like a ski trip or something, or like,
which I still want to do.
We yeah, for sure. But I didn't see the element of like healing and like just really intentionally connecting these women in this way that kind of like unravels them. Like, that was not, it was more like, we need a vacation, let's go turn up. Like, and I'm so happy that we started here.
I'm happy that we took the opportunity and that we stepped into our power in that way. Because I think one thing about like this first trip, like I think, not that we were questioning it, but when you're new in a field or in an industry, you feel like you totally experienced that imposter syndrome. And I did. I'm like, bitch, are you a healer? Like, first of all, everybody on Instagram has healer in their bio, along with like all these other irrelevant fucking things that nobody asked to know. But you know, it feels like imposter syndrome, but like this trip, I'm like, no, I'm a facilitator, and Spirit is using me. You know, Spirit is using us to really like change people and shift people's perspective and open them up. And like every time I come back, or even many moments out like throughout the retreat, I'm like, damn, like we're all witches, and now they know because we told them to do it. You know, so it's just like, it's this beautiful revealing of like the inner magic of every woman that participates. Yeah, I know, for sure. And it gave the retreat almost gave me more permission to act on my intuition, because I feel like a lot of times I can feel people's energy, but when I'm not in this type of space, I feel like, oh, it's not my role or my job to like be like, are you okay? Or like, hey, I've noticed this. Do you want to talk about this? Whereas like when you're there, like, that's why the fuck we're here.
Like there was a moment where I saw a girl at dinner and she was in her head. I could feel her energy from across the table, and I could see her having like inner conflict. And I was like, I'm getting up. I have to go hug her. You know, like in any other circumstance would I do that? Right. I think now I would. You know, now I would, because I know how important it is and how that hug can change someone's life or change someone's night. And whereas before I might have like questioned like, oh, she's fine. Like that'd be weird if I did that. You know,
but like, no, sometimes people need that.
Yeah. And it was a beautiful moment. Like I went over there and I hugged her and she just started crying. And like everyone just like, I said, it looked like you need a hug. And she was like, I do. I've been like saying it all week. I need a hug. And like, she hadn't said it like verbally, but she felt like she was like, that was the best that she could do, was like, she felt like she was emotionally like screaming out for help, and finally someone noticed. And so at the end of the table, we were like, let's all hug her. So we all got up and we all embraced her. And like we had that same experience in Hadia's workshop, you know, where someone was like, I haven't been hugged like that in a really long time. And so literally everyone in that workshop, we all embraced her, hugged each other, and just poured energy into her.
Like just outreaching of hands. Yeah. Like, don't reserve that shit for like church, you know, it's real.
Like, yeah. And how healing something like that can be, and how we don't do that in our circles of friends. Like we think it's weird, and how important it is, and how it can literally change someone's life. A hug, like by strangers you don't know, and even more so because they don't know your baggage and they're just there for you
no matter
what. And I just realized that like the power in hugging someone,
touching, telling people you love them.
Like there's so much like disconnect in our society. I think especially with the pandemic, like people like disconnecting from people, and we need to reconnect. Like we're starving in ways.
It's true. Like it really shed light on how we need human interaction, and just like, that's the thing, like authenticity, you know, we say like, it's like a token word right now, like you know, but like authenticity is being hurt, being vulnerable, saying that, crying, and like even saying the weird shit. And it just reminded me, like, we welcome the girls with joints, obviously, because we're us. And like, even we be high. And the first day, I think of the second one, or was it the first one? I don't know. It was probably both. I got high, and then we do the welcome speech, and I was like holding my cup, but like one hand was like this, and I was like, why is my hand in my head? I was like, why is your hand like that? People are gonna look at you. And I was just like, and I was like, why am I thinking like this? I was like, bitch, you're high. But then somebody else, I saw Zosha, she was like in her head, and I saw her like, I can see her being in her head. And then she came back from like the break. She was like, bitch, I was high. I should never have smoked that weed when I walked in. But I'm like, what a beautiful space that we could be like, I'm sorry, I was high and I was tripping. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, me too. I was holding my hand like this. I didn't know why. You know what I mean? But like, that's day one, moment one. Like, yeah, I was in my head thinking some weird shit too. You know what I mean? Like, I thought she didn't want to be my roommate, but I was tripping, you know? And it's just like.
And even that, like experiencing like the uncomfortability that some of these women felt day one, and then how it transcended at the end of the retreat. Like, one girl in particular, like she, like at the beginning, like she was a little resistant. She was showing resistance in a bunch of different ways. Yeah. And that was challenging for me too, because I was like, yo, how am I gonna deal with this shit? Like, oh, like everything is always so perfect. Like, what the fuck? And I'm like, wait, bitch, you're doing this because this is why people need this, because we're all imperfect. So like I had to like reprogram my energy, reprogram my mind, because we are conditioned as women to write women off. Like the moment you are not flowing with the rest of the group, bitch, you're the one, you're the problem. And it's like, no, she's not. She just needs a little bit more, you know, massaging. There's something going on here. And by the end of the retreat, all of her issues that she had, she admitted were in her head. And that's why we do it. And that's why she came too. And that's why women come, is A, to get uncomfortable, and B, to come out feeling different about however they felt coming in.
And like the environment is so infectious too. Like it's Costa Rica, it's Puerto Viejo, it's the community there, because like as soon as we get there too, it's just like the community embraces us, like our friends in the area, like everyone who helps facilitate is our friends, and like there is this like overwhelming feeling of like, let go and just be. And like obviously we give speeches about this, like, bitch, come as you are. But even like midway, you know, through one of the retreats, something told me, we were at dinner and something told me to get up. And I went to go look for something, and I turned a corner, and I saw one of our friend, amazing like sound healer and like a massage therapist, was just like coming out of the bathroom, and we started to talk, and I started to speak to him, and he was just like, basically, like, I'm not having a good day. I didn't have a good birthday. And like within 30 seconds, he started crying. And I just like held him. He like picked me up in the middle of the walkway and just like held him for like 5 minutes. I was just like speaking life into him about whatever he was going through. And then he's like cried and he's like, I love you. Thank you. And I was like, I love you too. And he left. And I was like, this is why I come to the jungle. Like, this is the type of interactions like I want: genuine, real, deep, honest interactions with everybody that I encounter, or else what the fuck
not
is
like,
the point?
oh girl, you're gonna be okay.
Yeah,
or like fuck that nigga.
Or
like,
just like always trying to be tough and not tell what's wrong, or like, you know, like I'm fine, and like we're not. You know, and it's just like the environment makes you know that you don't have to pretend, and you can actually cry or scream or laugh and just really just exist. And like that's why it's so fucking special. And yeah, we had a bomb ass time. We went out.
We had such a good time. We take the girls out to this beachfront. Like, it's like a beach party. It's like the ultimate beach party at night. It was
a full moon.
It's actually like unbelievable. Like, when I'm there, I realize how special that place is, because it's like the community, the locals are there. There's beautiful black people. There's beautiful men, because Puerto Viejo be coming up like every now and then, be like, what the fuck is that? Like,
because you know all 500 people, but then you see a new
face. I'm like, oh. You kind of knew. But like, it's literally like we were just twerking and shit on the beach under the moonlight with our feet in the fucking water. The music was bomb. It was Afro beats night.
It was warm.
And it's just like all the women just like turning up. It was so amazing. And the women that were there were like, I can't believe this. Like, this is, every time people go, they're like, I could live here. I'm like, I know, right?
Everybody got tattoos as a memorabilia, like permanent tattoos. It was just, it's beautiful. And like, even for me, it just reminded me, like, bitch, you have shit to work on, you know, like, you have shit to heal. Like, things came up for me that, you know, when you're facilitating, you're like, you don't think that you can get got, but there's always more work. We be
crying. Girl, we be in the workshops crying. Like, this is...
Like, hysterically.
I feel like... you know, much of like what we do is selfish in ways. It's because we need it. And like, it's like, hey, you want to do this with us? And I think that's kind of what the retreat is for us as well, is like, we don't claim to be healed. I've never claimed to be healed. That's kind of the whole vibe of Good Moms, Bad Choices. We make fucking bad choices sometimes, and we're trying to figure them out. And when you go into these spaces like this, you can't help but submit, whether you're leading the retreat or not, you know? And that's why I feel like it's, even having different guests come and host workshops, like I have my own, I'm able to like be in community with the girls too, and like work on my own shit. And that's the beauty of it, is like the work that we're doing is helping heal other women, but in turn also helping heal ourselves. And that's why I'll never stop. Now I'm addicted. I'm going to be a retreat. I'm going to do retreats for the rest of my life.
Honestly.
I'm going to be an old bitch leading retreats.
Yeah, absolutely. I know. I was thinking that. I'm like, is this going to be as appealing, me being like butt ass naked, but I'm 80? And then I was like, it doesn't matter.
We're going to be leading the old bitches.
We're like, yeah. Grandmas.
And you guys, we are doing another retreat. So if this sounds appealing to you and you didn't get to make it this last time, we just announced our fifth retreat, our 5th and 6th retreat in Costa Rica. It's going to be in February
2nd to February 7th, and February 11th to the 16th.
Yeah, so make sure you check out the link in this episode description if you're interested in coming to the jungle, which you should be. Honestly, like, don't hesitate. Do not hesitate. It is amazing. You can watch our video, a recap video of the retreat on our website, so you can get a taste of kind of what the vibe is and the energy. But basically, it's pure bliss, essentially.
It truly is pure bliss. And it's just like pure bliss and like free downloads. Like, you get to really be clear, and like things really get to come up if you give them permission, and they be coming up, girl. They be really coming up. So if you missed it, you have time to pay for it. You can pay monthly. You can pay weekly. You have 6 months, 5 months. I don't know what month it is. But yeah, like, prioritize yourself, invest in yourself, because this experience is life-changing, and it will be the shift and then like that you need. So yeah, please come join us, hang out with us, come heal and shit.
And come alone. I encourage you to come alone. A lot of the women came alone. Like sometimes we be waiting for friends to get their shit together. Don't wait for your friends. Just come, because you're going to meet your new friends out there. Guaranteed. Not maybe. Like it's a guarantee.
Like if your friend wants to come, cool, but don't wait for her.
Yeah.
Like even Nelly just FaceTime me with fucking Kayla and oh my God, who else? From three of our friends from Retreat 1 and Retreat 2 who are on totally different weeks stalked each other, and they're in the same city and met up and hung out. And this is like what we do this shit for. Like, let's create community and tribe wherever we're at, so we know like what it is. Good Moms is like church, like come as you are. So if you meet a tribe member in public, you already know what's up.
Well, because whether you were on the same retreat or not, you know the kind of experience that you had. Like they're different experiences, but essentially they're the same at their core. And so you have this like bond that is like this unspoken bond and this unspoken comfortability. And then we like have our private Discord channels where they're chatting and talking. And if you haven't joined Discord, make sure you check it out. Like there's so many cool conversations and women in there, like just meeting up, but also just sharing, sometimes oversharing. There's a lot of oversharing.
Asking for advice from each other, venting, a lot of nudes, a lot of hories, a lot of like intimate sharing, like of complete strangers, which I think I love.
I think that's why I feel safe, because some of these women are like, I don't know these hoes. Fuck it.
Bitch, that's why we feel safe. Yeah. That's why 4 years later, that's why we're here talking shit on to millions of people, because I can't see you. Doesn't feel real.
That's true.
Tell you all my business. We got really lucky too this time. We brought our girls to Costa Rica. They came and met us week 2.
Our babies. She means our children.
Yeah, I know. I kept calling the girls from the retreat the girls, and like the girls, our girls, the girls, and like, which girls are you talking about? Are you talking about us? Or are you talking about the retreats? I was like, good question. The little girls. So that was really dope. We got to bring them and the nanny. I love Murray, by the way. We just had a really epic family trip. Orlando came, my man came, and we just really did the family things, played at the pool. The girls took surf lessons. What else? Oh, they rode horses. We went on a canoe that...
A kayaking trip gone wrong.
Orlando almost drowned in the murky river.
Simone was like, they're like, you're really brave for going there. You know, there's like a lot of crocodiles in there.
From someone from Puerto said that? Why didn't that man say that? I almost asked.
You know that man, he was the Weird Al of Costa Rica.
He was for sure. He had like this curly hair, and he was like, come on, girls. Yeah, let me tell you. He was like super high. Do we have the video of him canoeing back quickly after their boat sank? We need to insert that. It's very important.
He got us too with that price at the end. I was like, wow, we got over here by the Weird Al of Costa Rica.
We did.
He does everything. And that's the thing about Costa Rica. Everyone does everything. He's like, oh yes, I build houses, I build doors.
I'm a cook.
Oh yes, I lead. What did he say? He was like, oh yeah, I do a lot of experiences, big experience. And then we're on the canoe, and then we were going under like an overpass, and this guy stopped and was like, hey,
literally like driving through by the canoe.
He's like, oh yeah, he's the bird watcher. I don't do that. I was like, oh, that's the one thing you don't do.
That's true. Everybody in Costa Rica does everything.
Everything. They know how to do everything. They are healers. They are cooks. They are chefs. They are house builders. They are property finders. They're everything. They're teachers. They're Spanish teachers.
Fire dancers.
But you know what? I will say though, like America makes us have to really choose the thing. And like some of these people can do all these things and do them well.
I know. Look, Isaac is a bomb-ass photographer, videographer, and a cyclist. You know, like everybody is everything. And it is. I think America gives you limitations, and like limitations to your own beliefs of like what you're capable of.
You can only be this.
Honestly, like you must
do 400,000 hours of training in order to be an expert in this.
We would not have probably stepped into our retreat healing the way we had we not gone to this place. We would have been like questioning ourselves.
Like we have to do 400 hours of retreat building retreat classes before we can, you know.
Bitch, this is the retreat class. The 400 hours. This goddamn podcast. Talking to myself / Erica for 400 hours has brought me here. I have realizations. Yeah. You know what it is too? It's white supremacy. They have made like, we live in this box and this very structured idea of what it looks like. You have to go to college. You have to graduate. Like, fuck your intuition and what you know you're good at. Fuck what you come out the womb just being good at. You know?
Yeah.
What about what you know? And it makes you question that. And like, even to each other, like, oh, you do what? Oh, okay. Oh, you do that and that. You can't be both. You can't be good at both.
Yeah. Like, what if you just followed your intuition and did the things that make you feel good? And yeah, obviously you should read up on the things you want to do. You should lean on people that have already done it, but don't let like proper schooling or formal education stop you from tapping into your natural born gifts. Like if you're a natural born fucking healer, which I think all of us are, go lead with that. If your shit is like, I'm a photographer, I take bomb pictures, go do that shit. You don't need to go to college to be a photographer. I'm sorry.
One of the girls from was it Sade? I think it's Sade actually. One of like week 1 or week 2 of our first retreats was like, I had to download that my healing power is creating really like comfortable spaces for my friends. And I realized I do that anyway. People always come to my house and I cook for them. And I'm like, yeah, that's a gift.
Yeah.
Like we underestimate the very small things that make us us. Like I have been the peoplest dancing bitch of all time for years, to no avail, not making any profit off of my natural abilities to meet bitches in the bathroom. Yet here I am. But like every time I meet an old friend, it's like, this is so you, what you're doing. I was like, what? Just being me. They're like, yeah, you've always been this way. I was like, yeah, it's true. but we underestimate our like natural born abilities and our talents because we're expected to like go to college or some corporate person is supposed to tell you,
oh, you're finally good now.
Yeah, like
you've made it.
A person you don't even fucking know is supposed to award you some type of certification to be who you are.
Think about schooling and like the grading system, like how defeating that is for people. Like, oh, I can't, I'm not good at math because I've gotten D's and C's. So now I for sure can't go into a field that requires me to know how to do this. So you automatically count those things out. You automatically say, I'm not going to have this profession, even though my intuition tells me like I would be good at this because this one thing I can't master. And it's like, no.
Well, the schooling system programs you to like focus on your insecurities. And in a world that already is very like, is built on targeting your insecurities, it's not helpful, and it will have you doubting yourself. And like even for us, like even for me, like there's so many things even in this space that I'm insecure about. Like even with my partner, like things you're good at that I'm not good at or whatever. And I'm constantly, even till this morning, like questioning my abilities to do shit or like if I deserve to be in a space or like, all these things are coming to us so quickly. And I'm like, oh my God, like I'm scared.
Same, girl. I have imposter syndrome all the time, and we've talked about this too. Like feeling insecure about the strengths of the people closest to you, like people that you love. That you're like, oh my God, like Jamila can do this so well. She can just like public speak and things just flow off her tongue, and she just like can be so eloquent so quickly. Where sometimes I feel like I struggle to like really say the things that I want to say in the most clear and eloquent way. And I'm like, damn, like, I literally went on a fucking Facebook rant the other day. I was like, do I need to take public speaking classes?
Well, we probably do.
Like, what the fuck? I can't think straight. And also, like, I also really do feel like, because for me, and I had this kind of realization while I was going on this Instagram rant and our close friends, because I wasn't ready for the whole world to know my insecurities. Just now, though. Now I'll let all 50,000 of you know. That because we are growing so quickly, and I'm required to be creative. I'm required to like talk on our podcast all the time. I'm required to like create content, which I do love, but then I'm also required to be a marketing guru, and I'm also required to like be a businesswoman and assert myself and like remember all these deadlines, because like I can't afford a fucking team to really like to do all the things all the time. So it's like I'm battling between my creativity and like this masculine side, which is essentially like the hunter in business that I know I'm good at, but sometimes I want to turn it off, but then also like I can't. So then I think like all these things in my mind kind of jumble up. And then when it's time to like talk, I'm like, I can't find words.
It's a lot to think. I mean, it's like
finding words feels fucking hard.
Well, you underestimate how much brain power it takes to be creative, and like when you're creative as a like a business, and like of course it comes easy to us because this is the shit we love, but it's still you get like you're being creative in too many fucking areas, and then I'm just grateful that we are this honest with ourselves and to each other because it is difficult. We are growing quickly. Like I fucked around and looked at fucking Lipstick Alley and they're like, I like Erica more. She's like, I'm getting used to Jamila. And I'm like, why did I read this stupid shit?
Stop going on there.
I know, but I'm like, do people like me? I'm like, this is so dumb. I'm like, there's only 2 bitches on the show.
I fucking love you.
I know, but I'm like, and I realize as we grow and as we get into different spaces, like people are going to talk shit. People are bored and miserable at home.
Well, also they're triggered and they're triggered and you, in a lot of ways, I or you are a mirror to them of something that they haven't dealt with. And so they feel triggered or they feel like, I don't like, or they don't necessarily want to live their life like me or you. And because of that, they're like, ew, or fuck that. And that's like, girl, then no, you don't have to live your life like me.
I know. And I was just like, I don't need this negativity. And also just like, I don't want to, like, we've fought so hard to be here and we've come such a long way. Like the sweat equity is real. Just like
we're never going to let that word go.
Never.
Ever since the lawyer told us what sweat equity is, bitch, the amount of times I've used it in the last like 6 months, crazy.
I know because it's real. But like the hundreds of hours that I lived in Erica's fucking dining room while our kids raised themselves is not to be fucking miscalculated. It's true. It's just like we really fought to be here. Like no network deals, no like big fucking, no big thing. Like no one came and gave us this. We worked for it, you know? But I know that inevitably people are going to be intimidated. People are going to try and pit us against each other. Oh, well, you can do this and she can't do that. Oh, you don't want to do it by yourself, or like just all these things. And I'm constantly, not constantly, but like it becomes scarier as we grow, like having to like have these conversations in my head, like shut the fuck up, bitch. Mm-hmm. That is not real. You know what I mean? Like, and constantly like talk to myself about my insecurities. And like, luckily I'm self, like, what is it called?
I don't know. See, this is what we're talking about. We lose words.
Self-aware? Yeah. I'm self-aware so I can like stop these insecure thoughts when they come up, and it's just like, it doesn't serve us. Like I've fought too hard to be here, to get here, and let bitches I don't know make me question why I'm here.
No, it's true. But I will say that sometimes those I am self-aware, but those insecure thoughts, sometimes I realize I will talk shit to myself for days before I say, bitch, stop. Yeah. Like it'll be days. Like I'm like, I've just been talking shit for days, bitch, all day. Just like comparing, worried, stressed, like fake resentful for random shit, just like all types of shit. And then I'm like, no, nope. But like, I'm getting better at catching myself, but there's still like a lot of days where I'm like, how long you been talking shit?
Oh my God, it just reminded me that we got in a fight at the retreat.
Me and Milah got in our first fight, like a real fight. Like
I don't know if it was a first fight.
No, that was like a real first fight. You yelled at me and I was like, I don't do well with yelling, so I'm leaving now.
Not you yelled at me.
She did. She yelled at me and was like shaking her computer in my face.
I did not shake.
And like with Orlando was on FaceTime and she was like showy, and I was like, bitch, we don't get this fucking computer on my face.
You're making me sound like an abusive
And also
wife.
wait, hold on. Not only was Orlando on the FaceTime, Yares was in the room with us and she felt so awkward.
She was so uncomfortable. I was like, it's fine. She was like, okay, well. I was like, I'm like, we're fine. It's good. I'm like, how the fuck are we supposed to be?
I almost forgot about the fight.
Me too, because it was so fucking stupid. It was so dumb. Oh my God! But it was
the fight was about titties.
It was like
the fight was about titties. The fight was literally about tits.
It was about tits. Oh my God! I forgot it was about tits.
Wow! If there's ever a fight I want to have with you, it's for sure about nudity and tits. So.
Oh my God. Oh man. I was so mad. We didn't talk for 24 hours.
We didn't. We just like
we slept in the bed together.
We just I think Yara's was like, I think she's gonna sleep in the other room. I was like, I think that's best. And then I went in the room and then she still slept in my bed.
I'm not.
I was like, wow, this is really husband and wife.
We didn't pay for that room. I wasn't about to get us to have to pay because we got in a fight, bitch. I was like, nope, I'm just gonna go in here right now and go to sleep. Oh my God, we're nuts. Of all the things in the world, tits. Oh God. Didn't we like apologize at a workshop? I love you. I love you too.
I did. It was after like a very emotional workshop.
I was like, how the fuck are we going to be in a fight for the day 3 of the full fucking 7-day retreat? Yeah, so that happened. Anything else?
No. Well, I'm excited about our live show. That's anything else.
I'm so excited about our live show. I'm so excited that we get to like delve in both areas of our
the healing and the fun.
Yeah, like go hard in healing, go hard in fun.
Equal parts healing, equal parts hoeing.
Yeah, healing and hoeing is really, the black and the white, the darkness and the light is really our entire franchise. So I'm really happy we get to do like August healing, September hoeing, and I'm really excited about hitting Chicago, New York, DC, Philly, Atlanta. We're just doing a lot of fucking cool shit, and it's gonna be fun as fuck. And we're some fancy ass, advanced ass bitches, so it's gonna be a full fucking production.
Yeah, it's a full production. In true Good Moms Gone Wild form, we're gonna have bomb ass guests, and we're gonna have you guys come up and do some fun shit, because it's almost like a retreat on stage. It's like a show retreat. It's like a
2-hour retreat. Like you come home and get to like unwind. You get to not come home. Basically, we're home. Come unwind, get ratchet, and like get your like small dose of what you would get at the retreat.
And you guys, if you guys can't make it to any of those cities, we're streaming one of our shows, actually our Atlanta show. So make sure you click the link in this episode description to buy tickets for the live stream of our show. That's going to be on September 25th. When's the Atlanta show?
Tour manager. 28th.
That's going to be on September 28th.
If you can't make it to any of those cities, please come join us on the live stream. It's affordable. It's going to be fun. Call your girls over.
Yeah, have a girls' night. Have a fun night. Like invite a bunch of other good moms who make bad choices and get them drinks, get them smoke, and whatever other drugs you like.
Whatever other drugs.
And go crazy. Go wild. Go wild with the good moms.
Go wild. I'm super excited. We also are doing a speaking event in Philly with Family Wellness Retreat. It's called You Didn't Know They Were Seeds. And it's actually, we manifested this with Latiana on our first retreat. So she wanted us to be keynote speakers, and it just so happens by the grace of God that our Philly show is the same day as the retreat, and that's how fucking manifestation works.
Yeah.
She said we were going to come, and lo and behold, we will be there in Philadelphia. So it's going to be bomb. I'm really excited about just being able to manifest everything we want in our lives.
Mm-hmm.
And especially about us being able to get over fights quickly. Even if 24 hours is our longest standing fight.
It was like 27 hours.
Yeah.
It was the longest 27 hours of my fucking life.
I
hated every moment of it. I was like, ugh, like, can we just stop? Erica, just stop.
I know, me too. I was like, just stop. I'm like, should you just apologize?
Just
I'm like,
stop.
no.
And I was like, fuck her.
I'm like, never. How was I supposed to get the memo? Fuck him too. Fuck him for making her feel bad about her tits. I was like, Orlando.
Oh my God.
I don't get it. I'm not apologizing.
He didn't even make me feel bad. It was me.
I know.
It was me because I didn't know how to like navigate. I didn't know how to like be in that space after that situation. I'm like, so what are the boundaries? I don't fucking know. Let me just wait till he's here so that we can set them. Like maybe my tits could be out if he was here and Orlando was here. Maybe like that could be the intro to Erica's tits in the family. Like, I don't know. There are steps to my big tit reveal.
Because you know me, I'm like, did you tell your nigga he's going to see my tits?
I know.
Did you tell him? Because he's going to see my tits.
Well, you also know I don't show my tits everywhere all the time. Like
I know that, but you act like I put you on fucking Instagram Live.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, like, that is just like, no, I know you didn't put me on Instagram Live. But anyway, thank you for accepting me for all of my nuances and all of my different lists and rules that come up.
Thanks. Ditto. Thanks for accepting me with all of my, I've lost so many friends over my tits. So
I love your tits.
I love you.
I love you too.
I'm happy that we can get through things. Even if our both stubborn water sign asses are like, fuck that, fuck you.
Mm-hmm. Well, we picked a card today. Is it tarot time?
It is tarot time. Would you have affirmation for us?
Do I have an affirmation?
You're good at affirmations.
I think I might have said this one before, but I don't know. Maybe I just shared it on.
Wait, didn't we have like a rap song one that we wanted to use once?
Was it a one-liner? It was, right?
Yeah.
For a rap song. Girl, what was it?
I don't know. I know you don't even write shit down. We're fucked. Okay, never mind.
I mean, fuck bitches get money? I don't know.
No, we can't say fuck bitches get money. We just came back from a retreat. Just get money.
Okay. I don't mean like bitches as women. Bitches are everybody.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, we shouldn't be fucking bitches.
We should be fucking bitches, but not like that kind. Not that kind of bitch. We need to be fucking bitches, not fucking bitches.
I mean, like fucking bitches. Like I'm in. Like those bitches want to fuck me too.
Yeah.
Consensual, like fucking. It's a consensual fucking. Like fuck bitches. Like have fun, get money. Okay. That's the kind of vibe I was going with. That it wasn't a negative. Okay,
so let's just go with fuck bitches, get money.
Okay.
So the affirmation of today is fuck bitches, get money. But you gotta say it like that,
and you gotta do this bounce.
Fuck bitches, get money.
Wow.
Okay, moving right along.
Today we pulled the 8 of Cups. Tell me what does Biddy say today?
Oh no. This says disappointment, abandonment, withdrawal, and escapism. When the 8 of Cups shows up in a tarot reading, you may feel compelled to walk away from a disappointing situation. It can mean turning your back on an unfulfilling relationship, job, career path, living arrangement, or creative project that was once a source of great happiness to you, but now only brings you pain. You have invested yourself emotionally, but despite your best efforts, are disappointed. It hasn't turned out the way you had expected it to, and you realize that you are no longer getting anything out of this situation. Now, the only choice is to put it behind you and move on with your life, even if it brings you sadness as you say goodbye. The 8 of Cups suggests you sense that something is missing, particularly on an emotional or spiritual level. And instead of waiting around for things to get better, you know you need to leave the unfulfilling situation. It may not make sense to others because on the face, it looks as if you have everything you wished for, but deep down, you know it's not serving your highest good, and it's time for you to let go and move on. It can be a sign that you're trying to escape a problematic emotional situation or avoiding some major psychological issues and concerns. The Cups as the foreground represent emotional issues that remain real and present in your life. Yet, you are trying to pretend as they no longer exist, refusing to deal with them. You may repress your emotions or refuse to have open conversations with others about what's happening, instead preferring to pretend as if everything is okay or avoiding the scene altogether. It invites you to ask yourself what brings you joy, contentment, and fulfillment on a deeper level. Without it, you might pursue goals that fail to give you satisfaction you're seeking. For example, you may think being in a long-term relationship is what you want, but when you manifest it, you realize that it's not just a long-term relationship you want, but a deep soul connection with someone. So if you find yourself repeatedly in the 8 of Cups situation where you have no choice but to walk away, spend time exploring what will bring you true happiness and realign your goals with your values. So anyone at home listening, if you know you in some shit you weren't supposed to be in and you fighting it because for whatever fucking reason, walk the fuck away. You know it doesn't serve you, and it only gets better if you actually cut off the toxic shit and stop playing yourself. I know, because I'm a master repressor. I can avoid some shit like no other. So I invite you to stop doing that shit, honor yourself, and in turn, the universe will honor you.
Amen. Yes, let that shit go, girl. Well, my love, does that conclude today's episode?
I think that concludes today's episode.
In conclusion,
we are done.
We are done now.
El fin.
We love you. We hope we will see you in a city near you. And
Come give Erica and her big tits a hug.
Yeah, maybe I'll show them at the show.
I was thinking that. I'm like, are we allowed to show our tits on stage? Are we gonna be never asked for our fucking? Is City Winery never gonna invite us back for a tour because like they showed nudity? Can we email Christine about that today?
Perfect.
Orlando, email Christine. You guys, Orlando, my boyfriend, is our tour manager. It's really like Ike and Tina over here, except without the abuse.
Oh my God, it is so beautiful. Not without the abuse. God.
Without the cake and shit. It's the opposite. I'm in deep love, you guys. All right. Well, we'll see you at the show. Make sure to go to our website and click the link in our bio and get your tickets. They are selling out quickly. Also, if you want to come to the retreat, that will also sell out quickly. So the earlier, the better. Start making payments, girl. Don't wait till the last minute. And we love you.
And rate and review us, please.
And do some Milah moans today. Bye.